What's up, Eon? How you doing? How's life? How's the weekend? You're at work. Sorry, man. Whoa. Congrats. Is that a pay bump? We're doing some leveling. And I need money. Because I have to go to Mount Silver and catch Larvitar during the day. Both Magmar and Larvitar during the day, so... I've used so many Great Balls, I have to go get more. What's up, Phantom? Welcome back. Oh. All my link cables and stuff still work. Because I set up a trade. I didn't do the trade because I want to capture it on camera, but I set up the trade between yellow version and Crystal, and it worked, so we're good. Dang, I thought Abra would get a level there. Abra doesn't have an XP share because it only needs to get one level to evolve into Kadabra. So I just need to get this one level, and the XP share is on, I forget who it's on. It's on Houndour, because it evolves at level 21. So, it was pretty cool yesterday. I got a second metal coat, in a trade, in-game trade. And I was only doing the in-game trade, really, because I didn't want to have to train up a Magneton, because this guy wanted a Dugtrio for his Magneton, and I was like, well, I have a Magnemite, but I don't want to, like, level it up, and I have the Dugtrio already, I don't need it for anything else, so I traded it to him. He traded me a Magneton. It's Maggie, the Magneton, and it had, a second metal coat on it, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. It's like one less thing I need to get, because you get it on the SS Aqua. So that means, you know, I already have to replay, like, Silver anyway, because if I want to get a second Master Ball, I have to basically beat the Johto side of the game anyway. But still, it was, like, one less thing. Yeah, Elite Four is the level grind. Yep. I accidentally did Thunder Punch. This might kill anyway. I don't want to do any glitches. So far, I haven't reset the clock. I haven't done anything like that. This is pure. No. I already have to replay through most of it anyway. Well, maybe not most of it. I just need a Mareep, a Girafarig, and a Remoraid. It's not calling to me. I mean, hold on. It kind of... Now that I kind of look at it that way, maybe you're right. How do you do it again? just for curiosity. How do you do it again? Oh my god, I forgot to switch Kadabra out. Oh, I got Espeon, by the way. I got that off stream. You have to put the items on the Pokemon save, but in a box. Then when it says saving don't turn off, that's when you turn off. And how will it dupe the Pokemon? Like, where does the second Pokemon go? I think I know you can duplicate by trading. Ah, okay. The only thing is I won't be able to say I didn't do any glitches. It's the only thing, guys. Don't you guys want the real? Or are glitches just part of Gen 2? So, I thought Houndour was 21. Ah, 24. All 3 stars, yeah. I have Tyrogue too. I gotta get him on top. I can get him on Chan, him on Lee from yellow version. I'm trying to remember if there's anything I thought like, oh, I was kind of flippant about, where I traded it to either blue, which my girlfriend started a new game on, or to red, and I gotta like look for it. Because now I'm like worried if there's something I don't have that I absolutely do need from yellow, or Gen 1 in general. I could turn off animations too, by the way. Get this going a little bit quicker. You're working on a Pokedex. My Pokedex and Legends ZA. Friendship evolutions are neat in concept, but are a pain when doing the Pokedex. You level up so quick in ZA. It shouldn't take that long, right? Because isn't there like a... Just by leveling up, they get some friendship. And, have you found the Soothe Bell yet? I don't know if it's in ZA. I assume it is. I forgot to move the XP share from Houndoom. Not paying attention. Yeah, there you go. Once I get Umbreon later tonight, I shouldn't have any more happiness things. Oh, Crobat, never mind. We need a Dragonair 2. I fucking did it again. I didn't move the XP share. Ugh. It's alright. Mostly this was less for like trying to evolve stuff and I was trying to get money so I can get more Great Balls. Although I did have eligible Pokemon I could be putting experience on, like Slugma. Three Dragonites is crazy. Not even a Kingdra. Go put Houndour out so it can die. What's up, boys? 3 under level Dragonite is crazy, yeah. He's just that good of a dragon trainer. That's how. Ah, how the turntables. I think the concept of the levels in the games is all over the place because he's team matches. His team matches his Gen 1 team with an added Charizard and 2 Dragoners evolve. I thought it was cool Yume added the he had the Charizard. Or like a little side story for Charmander or Charizard or whatever it was. Can't I turn it, or I can restart now, right? Because it's saved. So I could just skip to, it'll take me to palette. Lance found a Game Shark. Alright, we gotta be quick. We're going back to Mount Silver. There's an old friend I need to catch. Box management in this game is torture. I need to find a Golbat. I know I caught one. I need to find where he's at. I need to start walking around with him to get him some friendship, and I have not done a haircut today. There we go, sweet. He's low level too, so I can get him a bunch of levels. Make him super happy. There's also another, my other Eevee. That I'm not sure where it's at friendship-wise. It should be close to me. I've been traveling with it most of the game. It's Tire Oak too. Should pick him up. There's Eevee. And Parasect. Party's full. Huh! Okay, I don't need Tire Oak right now. I mean, really, I need Parasect. I'll put Lugia away. I put Lugia away, I didn't even buy new Great Balls. Lugia is my flyer, that's why it matters. The Gabe Cube? That's so funny. Wesley, are you gonna... I'm calling you Wesley now. Wes, are you gonna get a... Would you get a Steam machine? I don't love the name. I like the product. I think it's great for people who want to get into using Valve products and having a Steam profile and stuff. I don't really need it because I already have a really good gaming computer and I already have a Steam Deck, so it's not really a product for me. But it's cool. Oh my god, even with Amulet Coin, I could barely get any. Alright, we have 7 Pokebucks left. Ooh, let me make sure my box is switched to the appropriate box before Bill tells me the unfortunate news. I think during the day I only need 2 anyway, so I could fill this box. I'm going to get a Magmar and a Larvitar. Yeah, so we'll switch to this box. Oh. Are we box 5? Yes, okay. full government name. Are you my mom? I'm open to the concept, but I'm not a specs nerd. I need to see how it performs with the current consoles. How are you in the first spot? Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't use a fire attack and I can get it to sleep. Or at least paralysis. Good old boober, yeah. Ooh, okay. I'm actually gonna go for Crosses because I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna have Parasect around for long to do anything else. So I'd rather have a permanent status effect going on. Come on, dude. 2 sunny days, whoa. Good night, Parasect. Sweet Prince. What's up, Bruham? Boober Champ, yep. Dude, my roommates have one of those Roombas. I went upstairs and like she put up all the chairs on the tables, and the Roomba was just going around cleaning everything. And I kind of had one of those like we're about to be taken over by robots moments. Price point's gonna matter for me on the Steam machine. I hope it's comparable to whatever Sony and Microsoft is planning. Their next things are to steal their lunch money, so to speak. That's a good... They say 6 times more powerful than a Steam Deck, which makes sense because they have a dedicated power source through an outlet rather than having to have it like on the Steam Deck that with a rechargeable battery. So you can fit a lot in that little thing, right? Get a lot of power to it too. So spec wise, I don't really know because that's gonna dictate how much it costs. I don't think it. To be honest, I don't think it would specs wise beat whatever Sony and Microsoft are coming out with next. If Microsoft is coming out with something next, I don't even know if they are at this point. But whatever Sony at least is coming out with next, I don't think it would beat it in terms of specs. But I think the selling point, and that might be not what they're trying to do. They might be trying to do like an let's be the cheaper console, still powerful, but our thing is emulation and the vast Steam library stretching. I mean, really, when you could play games on Steam that came out in the early 90s, you could play Doom on your Steam account. You know what I mean? So imagine a library that's just instead of like having to pay a subscription model, it's still the old school way where you're buying games, you have them on your profile, you can install them, download them, play them at your heart's content. Maybe there's going to be some hiccups every now and then because, you know, times are changing, and ironically, newer hardware sometimes has a difficulty speaking to older games. years ago when I was gonna play Fallout 1, it was like your graphics card isn't good enough. I was like, yeah, okay. Okay. Haven't needed this console this far. Every game I wanted, I was launched a PS4 is Ghost of Yotei, and I've missed out on it so far. You still have a PS4. You're still rocking the PS4. Now, from memory, wasn't Parasect like the only Pokemon to have 3 quad weaknesses back in Gen 1 when Poison was accidentally super effective against Bug? I'm not sure. First thing I did when I got my Steam Deck was buy Black Ops 2. Big fan of the Steam model, yeah. As long as Steam console doesn't use those dog water Steam controllers. You don't even... The new ones look good. I think if they educate... Because there's... Like, you guys know what you're talking about. I think they have to... Because when I was, like, selling Steam Decks to people at work, they should have been giving me a commission. I think... I'm not exaggerating. I think I stole 10 Steam Decks out my last job. And, they didn't... When I was explaining it to them, the whole time I'm explaining how a Steam account works, and, like, they have these games, and I was showing them... It had my purchase date on my games, and I was like, oh, I bought this game in 2006. And they're like, what? They're like, and you can still play it? Because, you know, they're used to, like, if they bought something digitally on a 360, it definitely didn't carry over as far as it does now. I mean, maybe it does. Maybe I'm thinking Nintendo products. But they were like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, dude. I'm like, your Steam Deck, in most games, I had to explain to them what, like, Steam Verified is, and, you know, I had to explain a lot of these games were built for PC, not for consoles, and, you know, the promise isn't that you can't play every game perfectly, but you can at least try. Thank you. Jeez, I was about to kill Lugia. Microsoft is reported doing the same thing as GameCube, but more premium. I think it's just... Oh, that's right. They are trying to do like a PC thing. Steam's library is very much its greatest selling point, correct. The only thing it's hard to, like, package to a consumer is explaining how Gabe runs the business, too. Because, like, I don't buy any digital products for any of the big three. Because I don't trust them. They don't respect my purchase. So I'm not going to give you money if, when your next console comes out, you just arbitrarily claim you have a new marketplace and I can't play my game anymore. So I don't trust them. I trust Valve largely due to Gabe. That's why I was, like, worried about, like, what happens after Gabe leaves or passes away. Because he ain't getting younger. And guys, it spooks me. I'm scared. Okay, I'm scared. I used a Steam controller once in 2019. They're fucking atrocious. Not sure how they've been since. I've also seen the Steam Deck from a friend who bought it, and they run like shit. Run like... Brewham. I don't know what's going on down there. Down under, dude. Dude, you're in the down under of the down under. I don't know what's going on in Tasmania. Steam Deck's rule, okay? I love that thing. Steam controller I can't speak on. What didn't Valve try this a long time ago too? What was their first attempt at a console? When all the games that homeboy wanted to play like shit, he showed me a few games that actually work and a ton have practically zero functionality in Steam Deck. Okay, that I'm sorry, but I have to blame your friend on, because so many of the games are made for like PC. Valve is trying to say like a lot of the games will work, but you know some won't. They have, when you buy a game on their store page, it says right there if it's there's 3 different levels. There's like, you know, fully Steam Deck supported, meaning it's going to run like beautifully on the Steam Deck. Graphics, controller wise, everything's going to run flawlessly. And then they have a yellow marker that's like, oh, there's a few hiccups, and then you can click on it and it'll say which things don't work as great. For example, Fallout 3 in New Vegas are so close to being like greenlit Steam Deck verified, but because you have to click the Steam button and press X to type in your name at the very beginning of the game, that knocks it down to like the medium yellow level. Otherwise, those games run perfectly on Steam Deck. And then they have unsupported, which either there's not enough community kind of research on if that game runs well or not, or it just runs like such dog shit, or doesn't run at all, or maybe it was never supposed to be a console game, it was just made for PC. It won't run great at all. Or it's just not optimized for what the Steam Deck does. I have never a single time had an issue with the Steam Deck if it's Steam Deck verified, and then every time I've looked at the community notes on the middle tier, so many times the issue, they are real, but like the thing with Fallout 3 in New Vegas, it literally at the very beginning of the game, it asks you your name, you hit the Steam button, you hit X, and then it pulls up a keyboard, and you can type in whatever you want to type for your name. That's it. It runs perfectly after that, and that's all you have to do outside of like the normal game function. Fortunately for me, I still a physical buyer during PS3 era. Unfortunately for me, Sony dropped backwards compatibility in any way, shape, or form when it comes to PS3, correct? I know I have a Switch 2 and I enjoy it, but I also avoid digital key cards like the plague. I'm buying Sparking Zero on Switch 1 physically and upgrading to Switch 2. But even that, like, what happens when they say we're not gonna support the upgrading anymore? I'm not talking like in the next couple years. I'm talking like 10 years from now. What happens when you go to put your Switch 1 game and try to upgrade it for Switch 2, and then they say, "Oh, we're not doing that anymore. We're not accepting that transaction anymore." I guess you still have it on Switch 1, but I think within this generation, within this Switch 2 generation, most, if not all, games on Switch 2 will be keycards. Because I've already been right. I already said it when I made a video on it, and people are like, "Oh, it's just third-party games, dude. Stop. You're being dramatic. Stop spreading misinformation." Because I didn't really spread misinformation. I was speculating. I was like, "Oh, this might expand into other things." Like, "Oh no, they'll never do that." Pokepia. Not some little third-party game, a Pokemon game. And I'm further predicting that's what they want. They want to cut out the middleman. They don't want you to own anything physically. They want to cut out the retailers because they don't need them anymore. Which is fine. Like, I'm not defending the retailers. But whatever little tiny margin the retailer is making on the disc or, the sale, they don't need to do that anymore. The only time it makes sense for them is when those stores basically, like, pay them for the privilege. That's pretty reasonable, but very much my impression has been it looking like a handheld console equivalent to Cybertruck. No, it fucking rules. Steam Deck rules. Not that I was ever going to buy one either way. I just found it hilarious watching the Skyrim perma-locked into full speed, turning in a direction. I'm not sure what happened with... because Skyrim should run fine on it. I don't know your buddy's setup, but I'm not trying to just win an argument here. Like, I've never had an issue with Steam Deck games. If I've looked at them, I'll be honest, I've never even tried to play an unsupported game. Because I have my PC too, so usually any unsupported Steam Deck game works fine when you play it on PC. And I think that's fair. Like, I don't know why you'd buy a Steam Deck to play, like, some grand strategy mouse and keyboard game. Although, technically, you can hook up a keyboard and mouse to a Steam Deck and use it like a computer, but anyway. What happens in 2 decades' time? I want to play a keycard game, and the Switch 2 servers are cut permanently, and it's no longer installed on my console. That's exactly what I'm saying. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm saying. And if you want to know the answer to that, look at what happened to the Wii Switch, or Wii, Wii U, and 3DS. It's a lose-lose situation. If I buy the DKC, I support them. But if I buy digital to avoid DKC, they just move to digital. Yeah, you're not... Look, you're in... You put it beautifully. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you want to play modern Nintendo games, this is what you have to sign up for. So, like, you know, not trying to gaslight anyone. I get it. You want to play the new games. They're just making it so hard. When I say hard, they're making it hard for people who, like, want to have a stake in the thing that they're buying. Have you guys ever seen people who are like, oh, you thought you owned the Zelda IP when people talk about, like, oh, I own the game? I've seen people try to, like, strawman that. They'll be like, so you think you own Zelda now? It's like, it's not what they're saying. I always do it. I always like the analogy with other products. It's like, you know, you buy a TV, and Sony one day shows up and they take your TV away after 2 years because they figure, you know, I'm just using the same logic that like Nintendo can use with their products that they sell to you. You know, they take the TV away, and you go, but I own it. That's my TV. And then your neighbor goes, oh, you think you own Sony? It's like, I own, like, my treasures physically, you know? When I talk about my treasures, you know, we're talking the old school, right? Got a bunch of 360, Xbox, a lot of DS, not a lot of GBA, even though I'd like to. Everything's so expensive now, it's like... Do you guys think we're in a gaming bubble, by the way? A lot of people speculating we're in an AI bubble. When it comes to, like, retro gaming, are we in a bubble? Because, like, I can see the argument for yes, but I can also see the argument for there's going to be, like, a renaissance of playing old games because modern gaming is going to be so, you know, so crazy monetarily to participate in that people are going to look backwards. Maybe not younger generations, I don't know, but certainly older. Steam and Gen 1s and 2 on 3DS. Basically the only non-physical games I have. Yeah, Steam is the exception because they have never betrayed me like any of the other companies have. So I buy digital on Steam, which I've been doing that. I mean, everybody's been doing that since 2001 or something, you know? Pretty sure my Steam account is 20 years old now. I didn't get mine in 2001, but I think I definitely got it before 2000, like, I think I got mine in 2004, 2005. I'm trying to remember the first game I bought. It's definitely not the first, but I remember, because I didn't have a lot of money back then, I think one of the first ones I ever bought might have been Fallout 3, like the base edition, and Audio Surf. Does anybody remember Audio Surf? See, I've considered getting and modding a Wii, but I have no idea what I'm doing, yeah. Audio Surf was kind of like, it was like Guitar Hero, and you could put any song, if you had the MP3 for a song, you could put any song in, it would scan your library, and then you'd like flew this little thing on the notes. Please don't die from a cut. Oh my god. I thought I could live. And it said not very effective too. I'm sorry, guys. Alright, I still have 2 hours and 20 minutes to get a Larvitar before night falls. Weird to think Steam is several years older than YouTube, yeah. Gaming and cinema used to be cheap, fun hobbies. They're both ridiculously overpriced now, to the point where sailing the seven seas is the only way. Yeah, you want to talk about Renaissance? Like, I remember the decline of piracy, and the ironic part was it had nothing to do with like enforcement, or it was just that there's like a sweet spot where they made music, video games, and when Netflix used to have like a monopoly on streaming, they made it so easy to just pay up that people were like, fine. And that's been the argument for a long time. Like, if you give the consumer a reasonable price and you make their experience extremely streamlined and easy, they're fine giving you money. Now we've gone like back. Now, basically the streaming services, you have to rebuild a cable package to get all the things you want to watch. Gaming is a fucking nightmare. You don't really own anything. You know, you buy a game on something and they just arbitrate. Like Nintendo's, I mean, I love it. Just like, oh, sorry, we made a new marketplace. Like you with all the technology that we have, there's no way to honor a previous purchase on this new marketplace. No, we can't do it. It actually just doesn't work like that because we say so. And then music, if you have like a Spotify account, because I have a Spotify account, I'm a happy Spotify user. I can't really think of anything I can't get on Spotify or YouTube. Because I have a YouTube Premium and I have Spotify. I'm pretty sure I don't have any other subscriptions, like personal-wise. I have some subscriptions for, you know, like work on YouTube, but that's a business expense. But for personal usage, I'm pretty sure I only have like 2 subscriptions. Audio Surfer sounds legit. I want to look into that. That's what I wanted from a limited Guitar Hero I played. Yeah, an Audio Surf is like whatever. It's like you use the arrow keys, you know, especially if you do have a Steam Deck too, you just, you know, it's a D-pad game. It's fun. God, now you got me wanting to play it again. I remember I think one of the first songs I played on Audio Surf was like this is it right here. But yeah, you could put in any song you want. And it kind of just, you know, it's cool. I never interacted with the Wii U, but while I couldn't find my GameCube, my Wii was mostly just used for GCN. The Wii U was, I mean, I know it has its fans. There were some people in chat the other night that were really big fans of it. I think it has an overabundance of cables. That's what pissed me off about the Wii U. But it was cool because it was kind of big on the digital purchases. Like, for example, I bought like GBA 5. They sold like a lot of GBA, like, and this was before subscription. They did a subscription model, so like you could just still straight up just buy Link to the Past and like other Zelda games. You could of course digitally purchase newer games too. I had a bunch of games on. I still have them on the Wii U. But if something ever happens to the hard drive, or it just wipes itself if it gets dropped or something, I can never download those games again. And Nintendo's reason is like, oh, we can't possibly do anything on those servers. And I want to see like somebody with experience in this world. Like if you had to run a server, because like if you really think about like a Wii U user who wants to re-download their games off the official Nintendo server, that can't be a lot of people in the world, right? So what kind of server would it take just to support that? Probably not a lot of money. Really, really not a lot of money. And what does Nintendo gain from that? They gain trust from the consumer like me. Like, I have no fear when I buy games on Steam. I've never had a game taken away from me. Steam will, like, threaten, like, if a company, for example, um, when they did the Grand Theft Auto Definitive Editions, it was awful when it released. But at the same time they released the definitive edition, they removed the originals from Steam, like the like Rockstar. They took the originals away. Like, you have to buy the definitive edition. And so Valve allowed that, but they made it so that if you ever purchase a game on Steam, they have to have the files there forever so that we can still play the game. At least in that case. Maybe that's not like a broad stroke like rule they have, but I know in that case that's what they did. Because like I was about to get the definitive edition and I heard it sucked. And I heard they took away like all the originals, and I looked and mine were still there and I installed it. They ran just fine. We had Golden Sun, Lost Age, which is more Camelot has done for me recently. What is Camelot even doing now? Wii U is one of the best emulators for Nintendo consoles out at the time of release, yeah. Didn't they even support like save states and stuff? Because the BioShock HD version, there we go, replaced the original, and they did the same thing with one of the Saints Row game. They took away the original, is what you're saying? Yeah. As far as I know, if you bought the original, they have to honor your purchase, or but that's Valve themselves. Valve is so big and powerful on like the online marketplace. You know, if anybody's trying to sell anything on PC, they probably have to go through Valve. That Valve kind of gets to like push their weight around a bit. Another funny Australia fact: Australia consumer policy is the reason Steam has a refund policy. Oh, well, thanks to Australia. What's Valve's current policy? It's like 4 hours of gameplay or something. Pretty much the Mario sports division at this point. I don't know if the same people, Miguel and Son, are still there at Camelot anymore. I doubt it. I highly doubt that. I can't see anybody staying in the same division for like 20 years. It's kind of like when people get excited about, oh my god, Obsidian and Microsoft. It's like, you know, there's been a lot of movement over the years. I think it's 2 hours, but it could be 4. All I know is... honestly, 2 hours sounds right. I think it's 2 hours. All I know is speedrunning refunds is a weirdly popular category for gaming on YouTube. Buy a game, try to finish it. I've seen those videos before. That is pretty funny. Whatever the Silent Hill speedrun is, it's the nearest hour benchmark to that, I think. Larvitar, come on. Come on. Just join me. Join forces with me, Larvitar. Think of the great things we could do. What's up, Simi? How you been? How's your weekend? Loving the content. Oh, did you find the YouTube channel? It's Saturday if you want to go catch a male scyther. I already did off stream. I didn't stream yesterday, right? It's all been a blur, but I went and I caught another scyther to get the second sunstone, and I already evolved Blossom. Here, I can show you. Bam! Guys, I never sleep. It's late here, gonna go to bed. I had to come say hi. Hope you have a sick stream. Thanks, man. Oh, okay, okay. Thank you, Simi. I haven't seen you comment in a while, that's why. You used to comment on every video. I'm kidding. Thanks, man. Think of all the great things we could do, like shoving rare candies down your throat until you're a kaiju and then shoving you in the box. Yes. Yes. We don't gotta tell them that. Look, we're all on the same team, right? We gotta get we're talent agents. You don't have to. Simi, I'm joking. I'm joking. You too, man. Have a good one. Your part 2 stream, I finished up doing what I had to do, jumped right in as you were saying goodnight, then ended stream. It was funny. Sorry, man. Sorry, Brewham. Did you guys catch the... Eon Kane made a clip of the Tauros Master Ball situation. Did you catch that, Brewham? I was going to make it into a short, but for some reason it won't download with the audio. What's up, Varonis? Varunius? How you been? Yeah, master fail. I had to delete that video though because I realized it didn't have the audio. And I downloaded other clips on YouTube and they worked fine, so I don't really know what's going on with that. I think it has something to do because it's a clipped video or something. What's up, Sacred? Thanks, man. Doing good, just beat Pokemon Gold today. Nice, congrats. There are a few channels that I see if I see an upload I particularly want to watch, I just chuck it on when I go to bed and go to sleep, so they still get my watch time, so no comment. I see what you mean. I appreciate stuff like that, Brewham. I appreciate that you think about the YouTuber that you like and support them like that. I just want to make it clear. I'm kidding though. I was kidding with Simi. Nobody, you guys don't have to do anything. You don't have to comment like a stream tonight, right? Nobody has to sub. Nobody has to become a member. I'm just glad I have people to hang out with because it makes it fun. Same with YouTube. You don't have to do anything. I appreciate it though. That's why I try to like respond or at least like and heart reply, whatever it's called, when people that are new or familiar to the channel say something? Because I mean, it's genuine. I think it's really nice. Keeps me going. Keeps the fire burning. Get in the ball, Larvitar. Now I have to put it in the script. He's giving me fits. I don't have anything that can not kill it. The false swipe thing failed yesterday. Because we had a female Scyther. Also, when I went to do the bug catching contest for the second time to get the other Sunstone, I could not, for the life of me, find a male Scyther. It was all female Scythers, which I thought, and maybe it's only certain species of Pokemon, but I thought it's more rare to have female than it is male. So I was like, either I'm incredibly lucky, or it's just 50-50 and I kept landing on females. Yeah, I understand, Wes. It's a pseudo-legendary. I get it. It's just annoying. I could. Lugia has recover. I could have used recover. I'd rather it fail on the first jiggle than do 3. Being that I enjoy a lot more long-form content, I have built the habit of making super long timestamp comments with multiple things and satisfying when the comment gets multi-segment replies. Well, why do you like it? Why do you like that? Like, what's in it for you when you do that? What I mean is, like, do you like that people are interacting with you or appreciating your comment? Okay, I'm gonna... So, Larvitar is rock... Is rock dark, or just rock at this point? It's not dark until Tyranitar, right? I need to put some status condition on it. Oh, of course, I was hoping it didn't do Sandstorm, because that's what dwindled away Parasect. Because the reason why I'm asking is, like, I could put, Stun Spore on it. Oh, it worked. Okay, okay. Horse as far as I'm making a ball shake 3 times. Busting out is the reason I have trust issues. Rock ground. At this point, I want to see how much would this do. Oh my, couldn't have been better. Just like hearing the thoughts on what I suppose I felt have been important things in the video, and it's easier than making like 7 different comments throughout an hour or 20-minute video. Yeah, I paralyzed them because instead of Spore, even though Spore is stronger, because in this case, because I don't have faith in Parasect's sustainability, so I would rather get a permanent status condition for my one Pokemon that can even do that, rather than trying to keep Parasect alive as I'm trying to do Spore. Nice. Born deep underground, this Pokemon becomes a pupa after eating enough dirt to make a mountain. Old Pokedex entries are crazy. Does it not affect catch rate in Gen 2? I didn't know that. That's news to me. Feels like sleep doesn't affect catch rate sometimes. Sleep doesn't? It's so funny that I said that because I'm like, it seems like sleep doesn't affect it. If anything. Because in my anecdotal experience so far, it's been like, I feel like I put things to sleep and they don't really do anything at all. All right, so what do we got left? We tonight in 2 hours we can go get a mystery vis. But other than that, you know, folks, it's kind of looking like I still need seal. So let's go change the box. So sleep and freeze are the only status that do affect catch rate. Wow, okay. Well, thank you, Veronius, for mentioning it. I didn't know that. Oh, due to a glitch, it gets skipped. Okay, so it wasn't even intended like that. Gotcha. So sleep is the only one that even works. Okay. I need to find my Chinchou. Just want to make sure this box has at least box 6. Okay, it has one spot. Just want to get a seal. Just trying to find a whirlpool opening so I can get a seal, man. That's all I'm trying to do. Alright, Phantom, see you. Dude, Mom in this crystal save, she's been buying me tons of dolls, man. Which is cool, because I wasn't used to that as a kid. Either I told my mom not to save my money, because I didn't know what it did. Or, I just didn't have enough money for her to do anything with. Certified Hood class, okay. I'm just particularly annoyed. For some reason, I think I get more annoyed on the open ocean than I do, like, in grass patches. Go home and you're grabbing... Oh my god, Wes, that's so fucking smart. What am I doing? I'm like, I need all this money. I still do have to go through the Elite Four to get level ups, but... Of course. I'm gonna get my money back. And then I gotta change the box after this, and I have to get a haircut on my Golbat. Oh yeah, let's check out the dolls too, since I never did that. There we go. Brewham, do you know the Shiny Ditto exploit? I'm doing the Shiny Ditto exploit. It just basically, I think it rolls 1 in 84 egg hatches if you do the method are shiny. It's pretty cool. Cool. Thank you for not giving me a hard time, Seal. You know what? In Seal's honor, I'm going to listen to some Seal. Kiss from a Rose. Alright, let's see how to set up our dolls. I've never done this. Decoration. Whoa. Pikachu doll. I'll put it on the left side. Clefairy doll. I'll put it on the right side. Charmander. No, I want that on the right side. Big doll. Hold on, my girlfriend's gonna want to see the Clefairy one. We'll put it on the right side. This will get her to play Gen 2 quicker, probably. Yeah, that's the issue, Brewham, is having the second DS with a Gen 1 game. And on the Gen 1 game, you have to get as far as the mansion so you can do the Mimic glitch. Or not glitch, but exploit. They locked Squirtle and Bulbasaur behind mystery gifts. Did she give me the money? She did. If you transfer Stadium Gift Hitmonlee to Gen 2, it will come holding a box containing a trophy inside. What? We gotta switch the box around. I also want to look up... I think I have a Clefairy. I have a Jigglypuff and Cleffa, okay. Do I have a Clef... Oh, so I don't have a Clefairy. And I need an Igglytuff. Okay. Can't you get... Hold on, can't you get a Clefairy at, like, Mount Moon? In Crystal? Mount Moon, first floor, at night, 25%, okay. So Mischievous and... Clefairy. Oh, that's cool. I gotta find Wesley again. Now with the Tyrogue thing, oh, this is annoying. I hate doing boxes. It's a nightmare in Gen 2. Wes, remember when you were like, hey, you should catch an Electrode? And I didn't, and I have to evolve in a Voltorb. It's fun! Wait, move? Oh. I've never even done this before. How does this work? Oh my oh my god. I've never used this before. What's up, Slippy? I like your name. I don't recognize your name. Have you been watching the streams, lurking? But yeah, we're making progress. There's only a few more to catch. In this game. Then I have to play either gold or silver. I think I've decided to play silver. Oh, man. Who did I want to pick up? So I got the Tyrogue. Jeez. Oh, Johnny C. Forgot my YouTube account name is Game Tech. Gotcha. Well, what's up, Johnny C? Is this Johnny C the YouTube channel member or the patron? Move was a cool innovation. Definitely glad the expanded. Yeah, by Gen 3, I'm fine with the boxes. Okay, so... what is the best way to do Tyrogue? Is it, like... It needs to have even attack and defense, right? Equal attack and defense, okay. Patron, okay. Well, thank you for that. I was asking because I named the other Johnny C on a YouTube video. Okay. Then let's get it to like level. Let's get it to like level 19 and then go buy carb. Like I'll save right now just in case I mess this up. Yeah. Gen 5 did. I don't know if other gens did that, but it's like it says it only gives you like 7 or something, and then when you like fill the 7th, it gives you more. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, I'm just saving for now, Veronius, and at 19 we'll go pick up like Carbos maybe or something. Not Carbos, iron or the other one for whatever it needs. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, I can make this easier myself by teaching Golbat Fly and putting Lugia away. I don't really need Lugia right now. And I need to keep Golbat on me to slowly gain friendship. Oh, can't learn it. What? I can't fly on a bat? Yeah, that's why I asked you that one time. I was like, are you supporting me on both? First of all, thank you, but also... Weirdest functionality change, but since then, my first move in any new Pokemon game I'd play was just to put a single Mon in each box to expand it. It can't, Veronius. It can't. And now my dreams are shattered. You guys would never understand. You guys just don't get me! Only Crobat lungs fly. Psh. Suddenly it has all this strength. Alright, we have saved. And now we begin. Actually, this is something that was brought up to me. We have Tyro lead, then switch out, then it even gets even more experience. You may have to try out Pokemon Prism ROM hack after you finish Gen 2. It's a solid Gen 2 ROM, okay. I've got a lot on my plate from legit games coming up. After this video, I wanted to do my Final Fantasy II video. And then, I don't really know what I want to do after that. I might do Fallout, because December should be big for, like, Fallout. So I could do, like, a Fallout 4 video, or, like, a fun, like, challenge stipulation Fallout 3 video. Hold on. Brewham, I didn't even know it would take you to the evolution screen. It takes you to the evolution screen and then just says something happened and it doesn't work. That's so stupid. What's up, Young Kane? Congrats getting off. I got Fallout New Vegas recently, and I'm going to play it after I finish Hogwarts Legacy. Well, when you get done, watch my video and tell me what you think. That's so stupid. It doesn't even give you an explanation. So far, Tyrogue has more defense. Ugh, annoying. Thank you, Slippy. He wants to be a boxer? No. I will feed him performing enhancing drugs when we get to level 19. I want to see where he's at. Oh, it's getting worse. No. Verunius, I think for like half of my life, I would replay, but I would use like the same 3 or 4 Pokemon and only ever switch like 2 different ones. To this day, I forgot what video it was. It was like, what, the Emerald video or the Ruby Sapphire video where I used like my team just accidentally became like a ground team. But it was one of the first times I had ever used Weezing, and it wasn't even in a Kanto game. But it was perfect because I had a lot of like Magnitude and Earthquake users, and I just became like a ground trainer, I guess. But Weezing had Levitate. I was like, oh, this is perfect. I've never used a Weezing. I'll use Weezing, and it has Levitate, so I can't hit myself. I haven't played Go, so I don't know what that reference means. Never got into Go, which is ironic because I was in the trenches liking Pokemon long into adulthood, and then Pokemon Go comes out, and I'm talking when it first came out. I mean, God, it was like another Pokemon Gen 1 all over again. Like, it was just crazy. It was everywhere. But I was being like a little elitist. I was like, I don't want to play this. I want to have real battles and real teams. I think I would support Team Magma. Look, we need oceans, but we have plenty of ocean, dude. What, 70+% of the Earth is ocean? Come on, it can give us a little bit more land. We could all have our own island. I don't disagree with that, Young Kane. Yeah, I mentioned the whole... Well, she asked me. I actually didn't even spoil that for her. But she was like, are there Pokemon that are just, like, objectively better? Like, stat-wise? I was like, yeah. And she was bummed. But I did make sure she knew. I was like, look, you playing casually, you can play with whatever you want. You're gonna be fine. I was like, I'm only really talking from, like, a competitive stance where you're battling with other real people. She's like, oh, okay. So I was like, just play what you want. Play with whatever Pokemon you want. Because for as much complaining and not to make it sound like you're not allowed to complain, but like for as much like gripes that people have with like balancing issues with Pokemon, if we're talking in a casual sense, like you're still gonna beat the game even if you have bad Pokemon. You'll be fine. Yeah, the elemental punches on Hitmonchan. Not all booty in Pokemon is that. Dude, someone sat and very deliberately gave her a nice ass. Okay, so Tyrogue. We gotta get us some drugs. Over the counter, of course. We're buying these legit. We'll start with 3. So expensive. It was so expensive. Okay. We'll just use both of them. That might have been bad. I should have checked if that would raise it too much. Okay, okay, okay. We're good, we're good. I do need Machop too. Mount Mortar. Yeah, I can go to Mount Mortar after this. Get him a chop. Best to save before the level up. I'd rather keep the save from the start. Because what if I mess something up right now? I don't know. I'll take the the time gap and have a safer template. Because before I started leveling up, I saved like before I even started leveling up, so he's like dead even. I booted up my SS to see. Rosanna, yeah. Wes was right. Wait, could I say no to the evolution, though? Let's just say no to it. Yeah, bro, you're not evolving. You're not evolving, dude. I'll blow all the money on drugs, kid. You're gonna be a Hitmontop. This is what we signed up for. I'm blowing all my money on this kid. I should have just used rare candy. I have a rare candy, but I want to use it for Larvitar. Because we're going to have to level him up a dick ton of times. Yeah, it was. Belivid. I want to be a punchy Pokemon. No. We're submitting you in the Blade tournament. Come on, kid. I'm the Joe Jackson of Hitmon or Tyrogues. I have 4 candies. Okay. I'm gonna reset this if it doesn't work. Okay, there we go. Yes. I did it. And then I'm gonna put this in the Mount Mortar file. Hitmontop. Yeah, I know. That was all my ducats. Speaking about mortar, let's go get a Machop. I think there's Machokes further on too. Why didn't Chuck have one? Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, let me go get... I keep forgetting. Eon Kane, I'm stealing your line about... Or the observation you made about people thinking Slugma's from Gen 3. I'm stealing that. Because it's appropriate. I really enjoy fan theories, but the idea that Slugma was where it's at because of the Cinnabar volcano blowing up, I'll let that one slide. I guess if you... It's a little... Cinnabar Island is a little bit too far away for me to love that theory. Just a little bit too far away. Because when you see the map of it, like I get the island is down. You know, because like Pallet Town. I mean, you could say, whoa, the blast direction of the volcano went towards the cycling road. All right. Yeah. What's up, dude? I really just like giving my Magmar the sunglasses too because it was so funny to my PP boy brain Magmar with some stunner shades. There's Azurill in Gen 1, right? Or Gen 2. Not Azurill, the evolved form of Meryl. With high friendship at starting at level 18. God damn it. So many friendship Pokemon. I don't want to make friends with these things. I want to collect them. I want to put them in a dusty box forever and ever. Okay. You guys want to catch Suicune? Yeah, let's do it. Need to get some balls. Put him in a disc collection forever like that guy from Pokemon 2000, yeah. Why do I keep giving these Pokemon haircuts? Yeah. Eon Kane, were you the one that sent me the thing about running into legendary Pokemon? Or legendary beasts? I would have taken more, I would have taken less boxes for more box space within the boxes, for sure. Because it's still less switches. Yeah, I can check. Yeah. Find them. I don't remember what you did the other day. I love old attack animations too. They're so satisfying. Like Thunder Punch, it's something about how it hits at the same time as like and it shakes. I don't know, it's just satisfying. That's probably why I didn't know that you needed to come here to activate them in Crystal for roaming. I thought it was like gold and silver, like after you do the burn tower, they're just there. I'm gonna see if it could take a flamethrower. Come on. Ooh. Yeah, Brewham, like, I should turn it off. Like, if I'm trying to go for expediency and speed, it's like I should turn off animations, but I want them. Come on, Suicune. Come on. Yeah, no, great balls of fire. Flamboyant. Oh, why do you tease me? This is bad because Parasect is my only thing that can do that. Like, so we're just gonna have to raw dog it with Great Balls. Nothing like strolling into the E4 with Regice, hitting on a lock-on, lower end, and then slamming it with 7. I do, but the issue is that if they gust me, it's going to die immediately, and I'm just going to keep playing this game. And then even if they don't use gust, and I get one spore off, whenever they wake up, they might just do gust again, and I have to keep doing this back and forth. Although, I mean, we have absolutely zero progress. Because, like, watch, I can run it through. It's only going to have half health, right? Hit me with a Rain Dance. Now I'm going to switch into Parasect. Now, what are they going to do? Is it going to be Gust? It is. So, Eon Cane. Yes, I do have revives. Does it matter? No. I didn't mean to try to run. I don't have full restores. I could have put like leftovers on it before the fight started, but oh my god, it leered. Hold on. Eon might be onto something. This might be the greatest comeback we've ever seen. I do need to put the EXP share, or sorry, the leftovers on Parasect after this though. It only makes sense. Do what Lance taught me in 4. I feel like I don't even need to. I feel like I can do it just like this. Eventually. Look at this ball right now. It's gonna catch it right now. this ball right now. Day-night cycle, Brewham. Did you say hold items? I mean, hold items alone is like a whole revolution. Goodbye, Parasect. Hello, Roturo. Yeah, the balls aren't my favorite tonight. Get in the ball. Oh, don't look at the screen. I feel like that was gonna work until I looked. Should I tempt the dark arts twice? Okay, this time I won't look. I'm not looking. Did it work? Damn it. What else can I try? Let's go down and B. That's my classic. We're gonna go down and B on the controller. Down B, down B. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on. Okay, what else we got? What other rituals do we got, guys? I'm going up B, up B. Arturo, I don't have anything weak enough right now to only do a little bit of damage. Oh, seem disinterested? Okay. You know, I'm just having fun with you guys. Like, I don't really care if it even goes in the ball in the first... Fuck! What about I say something extreme? Like, I'll say, if it doesn't get caught in this ball, I'm gonna quit YouTube. I lied. I would never do that. I lied. What else do we got? Let's try standing up. I'll bring back the gimmicks. Returo, my status guy's dead. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do my Parasect idea with the leftovers. Without Lear? I read a little bit of, Shut up about false swipe! Don't talk about false swipe here! Alright. I wonder, I mean, if could it take one cut attack and not die? I could do a couple leech lives. I think I could do a couple leech lives. It's not a crit. No crit. Well, Varunius, okay, I'll tell you what happened, because I don't think you're here for that stream. We were gonna have a Scyther, male Scyther with false swipe, and breed it with a female Parasect, because I already have a female Parasect. And we did all, we leveled it up Scyther, we got the false swipe. And then it turned out the Scyther was female the whole time, and I you know what I mean? You can't really do... You can't do that one. I was trying to do this one. Didn't work. Well, I was trying to do that one. Couldn't get it. This one doesn't work. Oh, you were there? You just wanted me to recount my pain? I'm not the bigot. See, I'm a man of possibilities. Gen 2 wouldn't let me do it. I was trying to pull a Mulan and make a man out of it. It's not even having the decency to jiggle once. Make that ass jiggle, sweet cone! Sometimes I want to catch you in a ball and add you to my team. Oh, you're wasting my time. You're just wasting time. Yes! Tears for Fears! I found it! Throw it away. Throw it away. This divine Pokemon blows around the world, always in search of a pure reservoir. Yeah, sure. We'll put you in a pure reservoir. All right. We have 40 minutes. At 6 p.m. I'm gonna catch Mischievous and Clefairy. Yusin's crying in his pillow, yeah. He made it his whole life mission to try to catch it. I'd give it to him. Now I got the next entry, I don't care. This thing didn't want to be with me, so... Fine, go be with Yusin. When you get Ho-Oh in this game, does it need to be... like... Do the legendary beasts need to be in your party? So you gotta get the rainbow wing. How do you get it, though? At Tin Tower, from a sage after entering the Hall of Fame, if the 3 legendary beasts with the player's OT and OTID are in the party or storage system, the OT names need to match. So you just need to have caught them. Yes, you need to catch them all. Wes, the guide says that you talk to the sage after entering the Hall of Fame if the 3D... It says you talk to the sage in the Tin Tower. I don't like the force encounters either. I don't like it enough to like, oh, this is like atrocious, but it's like, I kind of like the exploration part of it too. I'm following this guide. It says, do these things, so that's why I'm bouncing between Violet City and, Mahogany Town. I would buy max repels, but I don't have enough monies. I got a lot of money. It says stay in these areas for 20 seconds, and I'm assuming that's not counting time, like, in a battle. So I'm gonna do, like, 3 encounters. Then I'll keep bouncing. wonder what the ancient Johto was smoking when they decided to make the Bellsprout Tower, yeah. An oversight was that I should have done that sooner, so that all this time I was like running around trying to catch other Pokemon. I could have been having opportunities to run into the legendary beasts. All right, well, have a good night. See you, man. Thanks for hanging out. Alright guys, I'm gonna call it there. I'm pretty tired. So, off stream, I'm gonna catch Mischievous and Clefairy. And yeah,